Christine. Welcome to Friday Sews. Friday Sews was created by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room as a way of bringing together the sewing community. You can search in the YouTube search bar for Friday Sews and be introduced to all kinds of wonderful sewing creators. The format for Friday Sews is to talk a little bit about what you've been working on, what I plan to be working on, and a little bit of a life update, little chit chat. So I'm going to start with what I have been working on. If you've been following me, then you'll know that 2022 I have dedicated as my overarching goal to perfect fit. Not to settle for an okay fit or a good enough fit, but to really get a great fit in my sewing. So this past week, I've been working on the Nikko top by True Bias, which is on my Make 9 list. Now this, what I'm wearing today, is version number 2. I'm not going to talk a ton about version 1. I will link below to the video where I talk about it in more detail, and I'll insert some footage of version 1. Basically, I fell into the trap of cutting out a larger size than what I should have. I did not use my upper bust measurement in selecting a size, which was a big mistake. And I think I fell into that for 2 reasons. One, I'm afraid of negative ease. I'm afraid of showing lumps and bumps and things that I don't really want to put on display. And the other thing is, you know that feeling that you get when you go into the dressing room of a store and you pick out something that you think will fit you and you put it on and it's too tight and it doesn't fit, and that feeling that goes with it. I think I've been afraid of getting that feeling from garments that I'm sewing myself, which is just nonsense, because I know a lot more about the garments that I'm sewing than if I just randomly pick something off the rack at a store. I have the opportunity to know a whole lot more about it. I can research and know about how the pattern companies drafts their garments. Look at what other people have made and learn from their make as to what adjustments I might want to make. It's great to find somebody on Instagram who's a similar size to you and follow them and see what they have done, what their experience is. Are they loving a certain pattern company? Are they loving a pattern? And do they have to do much to get it to fit well? I can also measure my pattern and compare that to my body measurements and have a fair certainty of how that's going to look on me. I've done some of those things, and yet I still have erred on sewing a size that's too big. And I just need to stop that. I'd mentioned to my husband, and had proof yet again, that he does not always turn out my sewing talk. I wish I could be so kind as to listen closely to him on some of the subjects that I'm not quite as interested in. But I made the comment after I made this first version that I cut out a size too big, and he said, "You're always doing that." And you know, he's right. So I knew after seeing how this first version looked that I needed to cut a smaller size. I particularly needed it smaller in the shoulders, through the chest, and even a little bit through the waist area, that I had way too much fabric going on. When I first looked at my first version, I didn't think it was all that bad. I thought, well, I've got extra fabric under my armpits. Obviously, that's not a good fit, that the shoulder seams were way down on my arms, but I thought the rest was just kind of okay. Now that I'm getting a little closer to a great fit, I realized that first version wasn't okay. I had all that fabric, yes, underneath the arms, but also my arms were baggy. My sleeves were baggy, not my arms, the sleeves were baggy. I had some bagging all throughout the body, and yeah, not such a great fit. Not even, I wouldn't even say it was an okay fit. So what have I learned with this version? I made a second version, and I did it in this very inexpensive, and it's kind of thin cotton spandex that I bought for the purpose of using as a toile, practice garment, however you want to call it, toile or muslin. And I like that the arms are slimmer fit than the other one. I did go down in size. The previous one I sewed a 20 and then I graded out to a 22. This time I sewed an 18 and then I didn't begin grading out until a little bit past my waist, and I graded out from the 18 to a 20. And I like how the top skims across my belly area. So it's not clinging, but it's not super baggy. I do have a little bit of positive ease, but not a ton of positive ease. I do think I need a full bust adjustment, and that was some of the comments I got from y'all in the discussion box, was that I probably needed to go down the size to use my upper bust measurement in selecting my size, and that I would probably need a full bust adjustment. Now, according to my measurements, I was on the cusp of maybe needing a full bust adjustment, maybe not. And I thought I would need a full bust adjustment, but since I am trying to work on fit this year and really understand how each change I make to the garment, how it impacts the look, I decided I was just going to make one adjustment at a time. I do think I need a full bust adjustment. I have some slight drag lines. I don't know if you can see it in this. I have some slight drag lines here. Now this thin fabric does show, it does show everything, but I think I'm close to a good fit. So I want to do a full bust adjustment on my next version, and I want to give myself some more room at the neck. It's fine right here, but right around here, the neck opening, it's sitting really close. And y'all, I was not sure I was going to get this big head and all of this hair through that neck opening. There was a moment where I wondered if I was going to get it on or if I was going to pop stitches. I did get it on, but it's definitely not enough space. So I'm going to make this adjustment and the full bust adjustment. So that's my plan for this next week, as I'm going to make the adjustments to the pattern, run up another tester, which I'm pretty confident will be a good fit, and then make up a couple in these fun colors. Let me show you. So I placed the Nikko top on my Make 9 list because it will really fill a hole in my wardrobe. And so I want to make one in this blue, which I think will be really pretty and so versatile. And then I want to make another one in this green. And I love this green. Love, love, love this green. It's a little bit heavier in weight. It's not as heavy as a sweatshirt. It's a little bit heavier in weight, but I think I'm really going to like this. Now, we do not have cold weather for long. We're kind of ping-ponging back and forth. We had really cold weather where it got down to freezing, and then yesterday it was 70, and today it's a little bit cooler. So I want to get these sewn up this coming week so I get a chance to wear them before it gets warm again and they're not seasonally appropriate. So next, I want to do my segment that I like to call a moment of voyeurism. And that's where I talk about who I have been watching lately. So I recently was introduced to Steph from Steph Time, I believe, and I'll link her channel below. I was searching, looking up information on free patterns, trying to get prepared for Frugal Frocks this spring. And I saw she had a video on 15 free patterns, and I watched that. Then I watched her video on her 2021 makes, and then another one, and then I subscribed to her channel. I think y'all would enjoy watching her if you're not already. The things that intrigued me was she had some self-drafted makes, and she talks a little bit about how she went about that, and her thrift flips. I love to watch thrift flip videos. I mean, let me know, are you also a thrift flip watcher? It's not something that I feel at this time I would be interested in doing personally, but I love, love, love the idea from a sustainability point, and also when you see it so well done and something that had little to no value is turned into a gorgeous, gorgeous outfit. So Steph from Steph Time, I'll link her below. And I've also been watching some YouTubers that I've been following for a long time, several years. So these three women that I'm going to mention, Ruanne from the Yorkshire Sew Girl, Rachel from Stitched Up, and Tamlin from Sewn on the Time. I love their channels, and I will link them below. They recently got together in real life, and that was so fun to watch and vicariously see how they got together and just really had an enjoyable day. I love their content. I love their sense of style. I love their personalities. I followed all of them through Vlogmas. So Rachel, I want to give a shout out to Martin. I watched what Martin was making for tea each night during Vlogmas, and he must be quite the cook. So hello Martin, what are you making for tea tonight? Anyway, I think you would enjoy all their channels. You're probably already following them, but they're some of my favorite sewing YouTubers. As to life, I am almost to the 1,000 subscriber mark. I appreciate everybody who has joined me and watched. I'd love it if you've not already subscribed, if you would subscribe and hit the like button. It helps my channel to grow. And to mark the 1,000 subscriber milestone, I plan to give away a voucher from Beyond the Pink Door and a random drawing. So be looking for that, hopefully coming soon. I think I'm about 70 subscribers away from hitting 1,000. So that is pretty exciting. That's what's going on in my world. Tell me what's going on in yours. Today's discussion topic is, what is your favorite color to sew with and why? I am wearing my favorite color now, which is navy. It is a good color for me. I have known for a long time my color palette is the cool tones, that I am a winter. I look best in navies, black, white, even gray, the reds that tend more towards the blue zone. And I know that I do not look good in cream and rust and orange and yellow and peach, that those colors wash me out and make me look sickly. So navy is my favorite color to sew, probably followed closely by this green. I also love a red that is not on the orange side but on the blue side. I love these strong colors, and I feel like they look good on me and they make me happy. And that's what we're about, right? Wearing clothes that make us feel good. And we should be sewing clothes that make us feel good. Hales Moore from Hales Moore Sewing is running a challenge over on Instagram where she's challenged us to sew our colors, to know our color palette, to know what colors make us feel good. And I'm going to link her video down below where she talks about color palettes, and she includes a free app. So if you do not know what your color palette is, you can use this app to discover what color palette works well with your skin tone, and it also tells you some colors to avoid. And you may already have a good idea of this, but I think it's fun and worth a try. So that's what's going on in my world. I hope you have a joyful week and that you find the good in all things, especially sewing.